Now, we all want healthy food to feed our family, but with all the labels and maybe some of the misinformation that's out there, sometimes it's hard to decipher exactly what is healthy for your family. There's a lot of different guilt out there. You know, do you feed your children organic, non-GMO? Well, today we're going to talk about GMOs just a little bit for people to hopefully answer some of the questions that you might have about genetically modified organisms. What exactly is that? It's a way of genetic engineering for us to take a desirable gene from one species and put that into another. And you know, they seem like there's a lot out there. When you walk into the grocery store, you might see the non-GMO label, and you can probably see it better on this box. But it's the little butterfly that says the non-GMO project. And you might think, oh, well, that's the one I need to buy because it's non-GMO. Well, GMOs have been proven to be just as safe as non-GMO items. However, there's only 9 GMO products that we have in the United States and abroad. We have another one that's coming onto the market. We're pretty excited about that one. That's the Arctic apple. You should be seeing that in stores pretty soon, but it's not there yet. And a lot of the products that we have that are GMO, as humans, we don't consume. The things like cotton, alfalfa. We don't actually consume those items. There are some food products, however, that are GMOs. And the reason being is like the papaya. The papaya in Hawaii suffered almost devastation because of a disease that came through. What happened was we took a gene from another species, put it into the papaya that made it resistant to said disease. Then we were able to Hawaii to prosper the papaya industry and save that industry because of genetic engineering and the creation of that GMO. Now some of the other, I have this graphic here that kind of shows you the different GMO products. There are 9 that we have with the apple coming on the market soon, but a lot of these, some of them are herbicide resistant. So we have like a Roundup Ready or glyphosate product that we're able to spray over to reduce weed control. And it actually saves the farmer time, money, and we apply less pesticides to that field because we've created these GMOs. And so it's a really great for the farming industry to be able to utilize these GMOs. But when you go to the grocery store, how do you know what's GMO? Well, these pecans say non-GMO project. And to get that little label that says non-GMO project, the DNA of whatever product it is has to be sent off, and we have to identify that there's less than 1% of the GMO product in this. However, you don't see pecans on this list. That's because there's not a GMO pecan. So when you're in the grocery store, if you're having to make a decision over a non-GMO or one that doesn't have that label on it, choose the one that's the least expensive for you, or maybe the one that you prefer, because there's no such thing as a GMO pecan. Also with these, with the elbow macaroni, it has the label on it, but we don't have any genetically modified wheat. So this really, there's no difference between this or any other box of pasta that you're gonna buy. The same thing goes for tomatoes. There's not a genetically modified tomato. So when you see this label, it really doesn't mean anything. It's a marketing tool to make you think that this product is better because it has that label on it. Now, let's move to cereal. This cereal has a non-GMO label, and this one does as well. So which one? Does this matter? This label actually matters. Now this one is 100% wheat. Remember, there's no GMO wheat. So this really doesn't mean anything. However, with this box of cereal, if you'll look at the ingredients, because that's how you can tell, because you're like, Joanna, how am I supposed to know all the GMOs that are out there? There's only 9, and remember, wheat's not one of them. So when you look at the ingredients here, you see that it has corn, and we do have GMO corn. So when you're looking at this label and you see non-GMO, then this label actually means something because it does have a GMO product, or it could have a GMO product in it. So if you get confused, you're walking through the grocery store, you need to know more information, contact the local extension office. We'd be happy to help you walk through all the labels, natural, cage-free, GMO, all those things. But just remember that science says that GMO products are just as safe as non-GMO products. Now, we understand that people have some concerns about, pesticides and, companies owning seeds, and that's not the issue we're talking about here today. Today, we're talking about food safety and what we choose to feed our family. And we can tell you, based on 100% science, that GMOs are safe to feed your family. If you have any questions, make sure to contact the local extension office. We also have Dr. Paul Vincelli's videos on YouTube explaining a little bit more about the science behind genetically modified organisms.